Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Another great arrival here, 2005 Maserati Spyder Cambio Corsa, Italian for race shift. And with the Cambio Corsa, you get the paddle shifters. And the interesting thing about the paddle shifters is there's still a clutch in the car. And although it doesn't have a clutch pedal, the computer takes over the clutch pedal part for you so that you can go ahead and focus on shifting and things like that. The car will roll back down the hill if you don't have your foot on the brake, but the clutchless upshifts and the clutchless downshifts where it actually blips the throttle is awesome to see, and it's awesome to hear. Let's take a look around at this car. You're talking about $110,000 plus cars, and these cars here have been selling, we've been selling these cars in the $30,000 range with low mileage like this car has for quite a while, and they are great bargains. On top of it, they've been very reliable. Maserati really believed in these cars, and these cars have really held up and done well. We've seen some high mileage cars in the 80 and 90,000 mile range, still doing really well. But you know, Maserati had a 4-year, 50,000 mile warranty on these cars, so they were convinced that these cars would be reliable and that they would take care of them. We're talking about bumper to bumper warranties on here. So if they were really pieces of junk or there was problems with them, then they would be out of business. And a lot of these parts are come out of a Ferrari, and the Ferraris have been very reliable too. So as we look around this car, it just has great style. It's just awesome. And the great thing about it is it's not in your face, bright red, I'm in a Ferrari, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But for some people, this is the subtle velvet hammer. You know, you're talking about 400 horsepower. And when I pop the hood of this car, it has probably one of the best looking engines on the planet. You'll see it and you go, wow, it's hard to believe, but it's true. The Italians, you know, everybody builds an engine, everybody builds a suit, everybody makes pasta. The Italians just take it up to another level that nobody's been able to do yet. Let's take a peek under the hood and you'll see why I get so excited about it. You know, this mesh grille here, the Trident, just beautiful touches to the car that make it look really nice. Check out this engine. That is spectacular, man. I mean, there's some way if you could get a clear panel in the hood just so you could see under there, it would look awesome all the time. Total aluminum motor, similar to the 430 engine. Red cam covers, injected, 8,000 RPM redline. I mean, it's just a wicked, wicked engine. Hand-built, hand-assembled. The car's hand-built, hand-assembled, and it looks it. And as we walk around, you'll see some of the luxury features on top of the ridiculous performance that you get out of this car. One thing I wanted to show real quick, and this is important, come on in. These stickers here showing that this is the original panels on the car. Stickers are still here too. The assembly number, which is riveted there, is for a US car, F1 shift. Awesome, awesome. Now this still has, which is really nice, a clear bra on it to keep all the chips down. So the paint on this is really, really spectacular. Must have had it on the hood and they must have peeled it off because there's virtually no chips at all on it. And this still has it on here protecting everything there. Let's take a peek inside for a second. You know, the Italians really know how to do leather. They do couches, they do sport coats, and they definitely do interiors. Take a look at some of the detail in here that it takes a minute to see everything. Like this relief here in the headrest with the Maserati Trident. And this is beautiful with this contrasting welting stitching. This is the same color as the outside of the car, which is just beautiful, and it really pulls the interior together. You want to have a black top on the top of your dash or a dark color because actually if you had a light colored top, it reflects in the windshield and makes it very difficult to see. And that's why they don't put white dashes in cars. A lot of people didn't know that. Even the speaker system is done nicely in the molded in door panels. And then the piping goes on and continues on through the door panel there. And this is right and very nice too. So this has a couple features. It's got some upgraded stuff on it. It's got the sport mode, which is part of the Skyhook suspension. And what that does is upgrade the suspension in full competition, and it also blips the throttle, meaning it raises the RPMs as you downshift the car. And you sound like a race car driver when this car is rolling. It just sounds spectacular. I love these great hoops with the color matched pieces here. This is the windscreen. You can take that out if you like. They did a nice job kind of not making it look like it's too much in your face. And a lot of people don't realize that the wind that causes all the turbulence inside the car doesn't come from inside here. It actually comes back around, and that's what keeps that from doing that. It's got tilt column. It's got telescopic. These are the paddles we talked about, and on top of it, and then behind the paddles, is suede. Keeps your little fingertips dry as you're rolling down the road, and maybe you take this to the track if you want to, because they really are grand touring cars that are fast and stable. Talk about 200-mile-an-hour speedometer, 8,000 RPM tach, with almost an 8,000 RPM red line. Even the vents are just nice pieces. You just rotate them around to wherever you want them, or you can close them up and they look really nice. Classic clock still in place. Let me pop the trunk for you, because you know what? With a car, you got to be able to go someplace, right? So let's take a peek at there and see what we got. You know what? This is what's cool about this. Come on back here for a second, because I really want you to see this. You know, we talked about the Ferrari, bright red and tan and things like that. This is why people love these cars, because look how great this looks back here, but it's not in your face saying, look at me. It's just a subtle feature of a great car. And you'll notice that when you're at the stoplight, because I drive these cars, you'll notice at the stoplight that the people behind you are talking because they don't really know what it is, and they see that it says Maserati, they go, oh, Maserati, right. And they don't really can't figure out exactly what it is. But take a peek in here. Nicely finished trunk, storage, and then you got a little hidden storage down in here. Toolkit, compressor, because these are run flat tires. Nicely done. Just a nice car. I love the mesh back there. I love the finishing touches. You know, it's not enough to stop at the sides or the front of the car, to finish up the back, and then the lower piece down there, this mesh with the quad pipes. It just looks wicked, and it's nice and smooth under there to keep the turbulence down. But how about I do this? Let me start it for you so you can hear what it sounds like, okay? Closing up the video on this car, I get excited about it because they're great cars. You know, these cars in the 30,000 mile range like this one is, just make for a spectacular grand touring machine. And I know you heard that exhaust, or you're going to hear the exhaust here in the video. Just the way it blips and revs, a BMW doesn't rev like that. A Mercedes can't rev like that. You know, there's technology in this car that none of those people have even caught up to yet, and are still trying to catch them. You know, this car priced the way it is really a $100,000+ car, and no one needs to know that. This car is selling in the 30s. It's a great value, and on top of it, it's got spectacular condition, pedigree, and service history. Call us 301-816-1000, and we'll tell you all about it.